Is this true? The Garden of Eden is fiction. No one knows where the Garden of Eden was located, nor when the events recorded in Genesis occurred. Why? Because Eden never existed. If Adam's wife did exist, ancient mythology tells us she was a sexualized demon. There's no archaeological evidence for a serpent with legs, nor is there any scientific support for Adam, Eve, and the events surrounding them disobeying God and eating the fruit that brought sin into the world. Genesis chapters 1 through 4, where the story of the Garden of Eden is located, is pure mythology.
I'm Rick Dack. If you'd like further information about my ministry classes for churches and faith-based schools, visit the ministry website at defendingthebible.com.
Many atheists, academic Bible skeptics, and Hollywood celebrities believe the Garden of Eden is fiction, that it's a fairy tale, but Eden did exist. Did you know that scholars can pinpoint the general era when Eden was in existence? The potential location of Eden that covers at least 3 nations. That all 4 rivers that flowed from Eden have been discovered. That at least 3 TV Bible documentaries stated that Adam's first wife was a demon? What is the truth about this bizarre idea? Check out my website to find out. Did you know that there was a method the serpent used to get Eve alone in order to deceive her? Did you know in 1996 a fossilized serpent with legs was discovered in Israel? That at least 3 archaeological artifacts have been recovered that depict the basics of the biblical story of the Garden of Eden? 2 of the artifacts depict a man, a woman, a tree being plucked of its fruit, and a standing serpent. And the third, 2 people leaving in shame, as did Adam and the woman, later named Eve, once God kicked them out of the garden. How did the fall of mankind unfold? What tactics did the serpent use to deceive? God tells Adam and the woman they can eat from every tree in the garden except one. The serpent contradicts God's warning to the woman about eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The serpent lies to her, saying she won't die but gain wisdom and be like God. First the woman and then Adam eat from the tree. Their eyes are open to a new, disastrous reality called sin, a spiritual cancer that separates them from God and paradise. While God was walking through the garden, the couple hid themselves out of fear of their nakedness. The awareness of being unclothed was new to this couple. God asks them what they have done. In response, they pass the buck. Adam blames the woman, then the woman blames the serpent for their disobedience. The serpent is punished for its deception. The serpent can no longer stand but must crawl or slither as long as it lives. There are 2 possible reasons why the serpent was punished. The serpent was a unique creature that was in reality Satan himself, or the serpent accepted, based upon its own free will, to be inhabited by Satan to deceive the humans. Lastly, Adam and the woman are banished from the Garden of Eden and will face many hardships. The woman will be named Eve. If you follow the story closely, there were small traps set by the serpent to get the woman to lower her guard. John MacArthur breaks it down well. We know that the woman was alone with the serpent, unprotected by Adam, her spiritual protector. I presume there were multiple encounters by the woman and the serpent in the development of their relationship, not one single event. Genesis 3:1 presumes a relationship prior to the words, "Did God really say you must not eat from any of the trees in the garden?" The serpent's relationship with the woman no doubt started with the animal presenting itself as an innocent observer of her relationship with God, since the scriptures tell us the serpent had a shrewd intellect. He would not begin as an accuser of God initially, but develop a connection over time. Then the serpent became the deceiver, questioning God's character and motives. This would lead to doubt in the mind of the woman. Then Adam, leading to disobedience. A disastrous outcome for all humanity, meaning the introduction of the cancer known as sin into the world, the shame that followed, and finally the sudden removal from the Garden of Eden. There are those within academia and Hollywood that believe Genesis is fiction, that the Garden of Eden story is an allegory. What does archaeology tell us about this event? 3 seals have been recovered that could potentially depict the fall of mankind in the Garden of Eden. What is a seal? They are engraved objects typically made of stone. When rolled onto clay, they form an impression, perhaps text or a picture that tells a story. They can also be used as a form of identification. The first seal I will discuss was discovered at Nineveh. It dates back to the Proto-Literate period, 3200 to 3100 BCE or BC. The seal depicts a man, possibly Adam, plucking an object from a tree, or a woman, later named Eve, plucking something from a tree. The tree in the center of the 2 persons could refer to the tree that was in the middle of the garden. See Genesis 3 verse 3. And the depiction of a serpent standing upright behind the woman could most certainly be the serpent as recorded in Genesis 3. The second seal was discovered by Geoffrey Bibby during an excavation that started in 1953 in Bahrain, the site of the mythical Dilmun. The ancient paradise known as Dilmun was a pure, clean, and bright place. Possible biblical parallels speak of a fruit-filled garden where neither sickness nor death resides. Any eating of the fruit caused a negative reaction. The seal depicts 2 persons with a tree in the center of them and one of the 2 humans plucking something from a tree. The third seal was recovered by E.A. Spicer of the University of Pennsylvania in a 1930 to 1932 excavation at Tepe Gawra, a location north of Nineveh. The seal illustrates a man, possibly Adam, a woman, possibly the woman, hunched over as if leaving in shame from Eden. This seal was found at an excavation level that was dated pre-3000 BCE.
I invite you to check out this ministry's website www.defendingthebible.com. There you will find many educational class topics from the Old and New Testament that can be purchased for churches and faith-based schools. These classes and presentations are presented live, online, and in person. They can be customized to fit your current sermon topic or Bible study series. If you enjoyed this video by Defending the Bible International, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Also check out this ministry's website www.defendingthebible.com for all class topics.